Semen retention is useless unless you do what I'm about to share with you in this video. So the other day I was coaching someone and he was talking about all these practices that he is implementing in his life, how he is waking up early, how he has been meditating recently, how he's doing the Wim Hof breathing, how he is practicing semen retention. And I asked him, like, why are you doing all these things? Oh, well, I just want more focus, right? That's amazing, right? Because focus is something that Bill Gates and Warren Buffett both say was the one factor that led to their success. So that's amazing. But when I asked him, what is it that you want to focus on? He was at a loss for words. He's like, honestly, I don't even know, right? So unless you are clear on what it is that you intend to create, semen retention is useless. Semen is high octane energy. And if you do not have clarity in terms of where you intend to direct that energy, how you intend to express yourself creatively, then there's no point in having that fuel. You have the fuel, you have the energy, but if you don't have a destination in mind, then it makes no sense. You might as well not have the energy. It's kind of like you're going and you're summiting this mountain, right? Or you're not even summiting it. You're like going to the mountain, but you don't know where the end destination of the mountain is. You don't know whether you're going to go to the peak or not, but you have the best hiking shoes. You have the best equipment. You have the best gear. But if you don't have a destination in mind, then you are aimless, okay? You are engaged in the process of self-improvement, of leveling up, of implementing these daily habits that allow you to function with more energy, with more determination, with more drive. But for what reason? Do you have your goals written down? Do you have clarity in terms of your vision, your mental vision, right? How do you seek to express yourself creatively? Let's say that you want to generate more income. Do you have a plan in terms of how you will do that? Because at the end of the day, it requires you to be of service to someone else. It requires you to solve someone else's problem. And the only reason that anyone spends money is to solve a problem at the end of the day. So how will you use and channel that energy, right? The point of semen retention is not just to do semen retention and tell people that you're doing semen retention. The point of semen retention is to transmute the most potent force in the universe, okay? Understand that sexual energy is the most powerful force in the universe. It is what drives evolution. It is what fuels our ability for higher levels of thought, creativity, and awareness. And when we don't transmute that energy, that is when that energy becomes trapped in our lower sacral chakra. And that is what leads to frustration. That is what leads to anger. That is what leads to the flatline. That is what leads to low energy. That is what leads to a lot of negative side effects. So unless you have a vision for what it is that you intend to create, I know I've shared this on this channel before, but I want you to get crystal clarity in terms of what you want your income to be. Okay, get specific in terms of the numbers. How do you intend to provide service to the marketplace? Write it down. How do you want your body to be? Write down the body fat percentage. Write down the strength standards that you intend to hit. Okay, in terms of the relationships, the more clarity that you have, the less you will procrastinate, the less you will be emotional, the less you will act impulsively, the less you will be compulsive and reacting to circumstances outside of you. Okay, because when you are able to make your decisions and dictate them through the lens of your vision, is when you become the conscious creator. And the purpose of retaining your life force energy is to allow you to consciously create a life that you love. If you have no intentions to do that, just don't engage in this practice, okay? If you have no intentions to give more of yourself in your work, in your relationships, in your strength training, in your intellectual development, in your ability to express yourself creatively, then there is no point of engaging in this practice, okay? Because at the end of the day, you are here for a reason. But if you are not clear on what that reason is, if you're constantly stuck in the rut of procrastination, if you are engaging in habits that don't serve you, you go a week with semen retention, you go 2 weeks with semen retention, and then you relapse, Well, I think that in that department, what you are really lacking is not the discipline, is not the willpower, it's not the motivation. What you are lacking is the clarity. So take some time right after watching this video, rather than binging on YouTube, watching video after video after video, consuming information after information after information, having all of this stuff in your head, but not actually implementing it because you do not know what to implement it towards. Okay, more often than not, it's not motivation that we need, it's not inspiration that we need, it's not anything other than clarity in terms of what it is that we intend to create. Okay, so for the big categories of your life, for your health, for your relationships, for your financial situation, for your spirituality, write it down. Okay, if you do not have your goals written down, then you are way less likely to actually create them. If you just have them in your mind, know that the mind is always being fed with so much stimulus from the outside that unless you actually write it down, get it out of your head and like put it into paper, ink to paper, that's like the first step of manifestation. Okay, so if you're already doing that, I commend you for that. You made it to this point. But if you're not, seriously, like right at the end of this video, write this stuff down and be specific, be measurable, set a deadline for this, and then you can engage in this powerful practice to really be the accelerator to go where you want to go. Otherwise, if you don't know where you're going, then you are a leaf blowing in the wind, you are a ship without a sail, and there's no point of engaging in any of these personal development practices. Okay, because then they just reinforce a cycle where you feel like you're not enough and you are just focused on trying to make up for that rather than getting focused on your vision. Okay, so do that right now, and I will leave you in the peace and power of the one infinite creator. And much love to you. Okay, take some time for this, and if you want, you can leave a comment below letting me know your different goals, and I'll help you out in any way that I can. Okay, so with that, I conclude this video, and I will see you in the next one.